we are in our 20s, we change so much due to the unforeseen circumstances that we are thrown in. So I don't even know what kind of person I am all the time. And this makes me wonder, like, when we don't even understand who we are completely, can we be truthful and honest when we love someone?
My love language is physical touch, and to me what it means is being able to just hold their hand, because I'm in a super long distance relationship where the biggest challenge is time zones and not being able to see each other in real life. He only told me that he liked me the day before he flew off. It was so tough trying to, because like to start a relationship online. Some days we call for 2 hours, some days we call for 5 minutes. And it's just that small little hello, good morning, good night kind of thing that we really need, because we don't have a physical relationship currently.
So my own love language is quality time. You would Skype with your partner, right? But I hate Skyping. I hate it with a passion. I hate video call. Then like my ex would video call me because her love language was also quality time. And then I was like, oh okay, I dropped everything. I stopped playing my game. Now okay, what are we gonna do? Then she just sit there do her stuff. And I'm like, okay, you got my attention and we are doing nothing. Yeah.
So my love language is acts of service / gifts. And I think the misconception everyone thinks is that it's materialistic, you spend a lot of money, you want branded goods. And to me, it's actually a lot more simple. It's when I forget to eat after a long day, it would be really lovely to be surprised with like chicken rice of $250. It's fine, I don't need anything expensive. It's just, I like that you have me in your mind. And that's all I need. Yeah.
For my partner's like love language, like I at first during the start of a relationship struggle a bit because like, oh, what do girls like? What do girls want? Because we are only dating for like the first few weeks and all that, I know like she likes receiving gifts, but I don't really know her that well yet. So I'm just thinking, what do girls want? What do girls want? So sometimes, right, I think it's also like, even though it's like we treat it as a burden, but sometimes like we're just hoping that our partner will say, it's not about the gift, it's about the message behind it.
Yeah.
Actually, my first relationship, the guy that I was dating had a drastically different love language than me. I think his could have been acts of service and gifting. And I hated it every single time that he did it to me. But because he kept doing it to me, and even his physical touch love language was very drastically different from what I understand. Because his is holding me by my waist every time we walk. But the thing is, he's like very tall and I'm super short. So every time he's holding me by my waist, I'm just limping the whole time. So it really made me so uncomfortable. And he did get angry at me once or twice for not like being the same way, like feeding him food with my spoon, like you know, like those romance movies. I know he wanted to do that, and it was too much for me. I hated it so much. It didn't last very long. It lasted for a month, but you know, that's my first relationship. And after I got out of that, I did not get into a relationship because I really wanted to figure out what was going on there and why he was acting a certain way, until like, I stumbled upon the concept of the love languages. Then I started to understand.
So I think differences in love languages not just presents itself in relationships of the romantic nature, but also for friendships. Because I have friends who actually prefer words of affirmation instead of gifts. And so they want a very specific form of support to tell them that, hey, you are okay, you are alright, don't worry. So I know that they want words of affirmation, but I didn't know what kind they wanted. So I realized that there's so much complexity in all of the love languages that even if you know what love language they want and they align to, what they necessarily want from you is actually quite different. Yeah.
I had this guy who wanted to like call me in a certain way, and he did not like being touched, but I do. And when I showed that physical touch to him by like just poking him or like petting him, and then he'll be like very apprehensive, and it made me very insecure. I just stopped touching, and I was very, very depressed at that time because they never communicated to me, and I never communicate to them because I was still quite young and very dumb. So I don't expect it back. And then like I learned my lesson from there to ask first, because some people really really hate being touched, and I understand it.
Whether the lack of whatever love we have received influences how we want to give or receive love. I think it's not just as straightforward as that, because for my family, I grew up in a place where I didn't have much, and then it may be seen that I am influenced to want to give material goods to other people. It's not that my family didn't have and therefore I am yearning for that, but rather I remember my parents trying to save up and give their best or what they can to me.
My parents told me that last time me and my sister, like I think the first like 3-4 years, they didn't raise us. Like actually it was like our neighbors. But my sister will always call my parents at around 6 p.m. like, "Mommy, Daddy, where are you?" Like, yeah, because maybe it's they are absent, but I wouldn't say that also because I don't really feel that way. I always feel that they are always there and it's always enough for me. Like my family, we don't really give gifts, we don't really like compliment each other, we don't hug. Time is very important to me, yeah. And I guess like if anything, if my family like raised me that way, is like, yeah, my time with people, like always like interaction experiences, just being there with them, even though like we do nothing. Maybe sometimes we go to our cousin's house, like the TV is not working, so we just sit on the couch like, hey, they just stone over there. Like it kind of like, I mean, like it's still there in my memory. Like I still appreciate those moments, and I think I bring that into my relationships. Like even though I'm not doing anything with my partner, like the quality time like is something that I'll always remember. And my memory is very bad. Gosh, my memory is really very bad. But then like these are things that I like, I hold dearly with me.
It's very difficult currently when I see couples around in the environment like holding hands or just being able to pat the head or like poke them, friendly poke. I mean, physical touch is not going to be the only thing that keeps us together, but definitely it will help a lot. Especially like, I think time zones is honestly the worst thing ever. There are times where I would need mental support, and he replies to me 7 hours later. So, same for him also. So.
Yeah. Right now, I'm in a very confused state, having just gotten out of an abusive relationship. I don't really know whether my version of love can even be trusted. It is about a 3-year-long relationship where my friends have pointed out toxic and abusive stuff that he has done since the first year. And within the first 1.5 years, there were physical violence even. And for me, whenever he did it, I would always choose to forgive and not see as a part of him, because he would present himself as repentant and that this was a disgusting part of him, that it's not a part of who he strives to be and not who he is as a person. And so we are in our 20s, we change so much due to the unforeseen circumstances that we are thrown in. So I don't even know what kind of person I am all the time. So I may say to my friend that, hey, I'm a dependent and reliable person, but there also are chances and times where I cannot perform as that. And this makes me wonder, like, when we don't even understand who we are completely, can we be truthful and honest when we love someone?
Our love languages might change, but I think if we and our partners like are together for the long run, right? If someone just keep giving you gifts, and then one day it stops, and you kind of miss it, right? Or if somebody hugs you all the time, it's not your language, but one day it stops. Would you think that it's become your love language already? I think so. Possibly.
Yeah.